Well, welcome everyone to CRF4, round 7 of the season. For those who've been watching the races, it was CRF5. We've had a few changes recently. It's now CRF4. Rest in peace, old CRF2. So here we go. It's going to be a good race tonight. We're looking at we get a full grid. There'll be a couple of people coming in qualifying. Just looking really at the standings for CRF4 at the moment. I've just lost them. Here we go. We've got Ryan Berger, top of the standings on 64 points after 7 races. Josh, Turbo Sphinx, I think he's on here. He's second on 61. We've got Wandy, who's made a lovely comment to me already. He is only a reserve, and he's obviously moved up to tier 1. So he's on 55. So he's in third, despite no longer being in this tier. Fair play. Gattis is in fourth on 50 points. He has won the last 2 races in Austria and Silverstone. Can he make it a hat-trick in Monza? We'll wait and see. He's certainly going to be one of the favourites tonight, I think. Next up is Sebi on 47. Possibly the last driver maybe still considered to be in the title race. He got a great race last time out in Silverstone, finishing P3 in the final classification. Labrat Dan is the next of the full-time drivers on 37 points. And then moving down past a couple of drivers who are no longer full-time. Although one of them, Jack, is racing tonight. Jack loves Ryan. That's very romantic. That's very lovely, isn't it? Valentine's Day and all that. Next full-time driver, Daredevil on 30. Labrat Dan, Daredevil, not racing tonight. So they're going to fall further behind the leaders. IGTC on 14, of course, also not racing tonight. Probably watching Liverpool versus Luton. Come on, Luton. Just kidding. You're all right. Next up, interesting one. Lord No Kids. What a name. Second Mercedes. There he is up there, the American flag. He is on 10 points, having only competed in 1 race in Silverstone. He achieved a P4. So we'll be looking forward to seeing how things go for him tonight. Maybe he can repeat that and show himself to be a real contender. Nevi is on 9 points. And the standards sort of only really go that far, to be honest. In the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari top with 112 points. McLaren next up with 93. Haas in third on 74. Williams 68. The absolutely amazing, brilliant, fantastic Alfa Romeo on 57. We miss you tonight, Labrat Dan, Andy Ring. Hopefully your replacements, Gaming Gary and Leroy Fusion, can do you proud. And I would definitely say that Leroy Fusion is capable of a very good result tonight. And that's certainly no offence to Gary, who I'm sure, can get something himself as well if he puts his very best performance in. Red Bull Racing on 55. Alpine and Mercedes tied on 48. Alpine ahead on countback. AlphaTauri on 28. And Aston Martin on a miserable 11 points. Nivi doing a lot of the hard work there with his 5th place finish, I believe, in the Netherlands. So hopefully they can get results tonight. We've got Maxim Goiter driving for them. I don't think that's Nivi. It's possibly the teammate. I'm not too familiar with the drivers in this league and who's full-time and who isn't. We've got a couple of newcomers. Crito, welcome. Red Bull. Yeezy, welcome. At McLaren. Falcon, welcome at Alpine. You're all reserves tonight, but I wish you the best. And Liam Watt as well in the Haas is also a new driver as far as I'm concerned tonight. Nivi has made it. There we go. Fantastic. Good for him. So I hope you're all looking forward to the race tonight. Hopefully in chat, maybe you can give me some of your predictions for the win. Jack, no way, Mike on comms. Yeah, come on, bring it. Jack, I want to see your very best tonight. I want to see that Jack from Imola in CRF3 last season. I hope you can produce that 37-second victory, was it? I should know. I was third that day, and I will never stop banging on about that. Excellent. Last to first. I like it. So that's going to be Jack's mission tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I wish you the very best in that. I'm disappointed though, Jack loves Ryan. Come on, tonight it should be Jack loves Mike for the occasion of my first commentary. What can I say? So yeah, I'd love to see your comments on who's going to win the race tonight. Maybe comment on who you think is going to be the favourite for the race, just for the championship. Maybe even how many safety cars there's going to be. Or even maybe you just want to tell me who your real-life favourite Formula 1 driver is. We had the first day of testing today in Formula 1, and I think it was a good day if you're a Max Verstappen fan, with him being comfortably the quickest. But you never know in testing who is showing quite what they've got. So, yeah, we'll see. And we're about to find out what everyone's got in qualifying in Monza now. Yeah, we'll see. People have been grinding the time trial, and they've been doing their short qualifying and practice 50% races. Some, like Jack, who's just told me here, he's had no practice at all. So we'll see. We'll see what everyone's got now in qualifying at Monza. One of those famous Formula 1 tracks, of course. The Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. You've only really got about 6 corners here. You've got the Variante de Rettifilio, the Curva Grande, the Variante della Roggia, the Lesmos, Curva de Seraglio, that's sort of not much of a corner, it's sort of a little kink on a straight, the Ascari, and of course the legendary Parabolica. So we'll wait to see who the first driver out of the pits is, and we will follow them. A bit more about the Italian Grand Prix. It's been held since 1921 in Monza. Here we go, Lord No Kids looking to follow up his P4 last time out. Can he do it? A good qualifying performance will help to a great degree. There's that black Mercedes. Of course, this season only half retained the livery, with a bit of silver going on there as well. The outlap in qualifying is very... Oh, Jack has left the session. Keep an eye on that. Might have to invite him back in. I believe we've got a McLaren behind him who's just skipped past. Wonder which one that is. It's Sebi. We'll follow Sebi as he'll be the first one completed lap as things stand. Sebi, I have to tell you, is a driver that plays with absolutely no assists. Fair play to him. There's a great deal of respect in my mind when you can do that. I certainly couldn't. So let's hear your tips for quali in chat. Of course, this is the CRF Racing League. I know it's on my Twitch tonight, but feel free to join us on Discord. Maybe if you comment and ask me for a link, I will send you that link to the Discord. We've also got Instagram, we've got a Twitter. We've of course got this lovely account on Twitch, which obviously, this is mine, but CRF's got his own one. So please give us a follow if you can race. We race Tier 1, 7:30 on Sunday nights. Tier 2, I believe, is 7:30 on... Oh, I gotta get this right, haven't I? Thursday nights. No, it's Saturday. It's changed. On Saturday nights. Tier 3, which I manage, which of course I think is the greatest tier as a result. That's 7:30 on Monday night. And finally this tier, which is 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. And here goes Sebi. Let's get some of the information up here. I want to see the telemetry. I want to see... I don't want to see that. I want to see that. That's what I'm saying. I want to see a full track map. Let's see what kind of time Sebi can set. He's the first one out to set a lap in that beautiful orange McLaren, or papaya, as the hardcore fans would like to say. Oh, I'll give Jack an invite quickly. Oh, and he loves Mike. Come on, get in there. I immediately predict Jack to win the race tonight. 100%. Still says Jack loves Ryan though. Never mind, maybe next time. Here goes Sebi. He's just come through the Ascari unscathed. He's just got the Parabolica to go. He goes onto the Rolex advertisement. Rolex, of course, advertise watches, which help you tell the time, and we're about to see Sebi's time. Oh, has he gone a bit wide there? It doesn't say he's disqualified it. And he has set a time of 1:19.925 in the McLaren. So we're going to see if somebody can beat that. We've got Lord No Kids coming up. Liam Watt has gone 1:21.9. To be fair, that's his first ever lap in CRF. So totally understandable that he would need a bit of time to acclimatise. What can Lord No Kids do? He goes fastest. Just a tenth of a second faster than Sebi. And the Mercedes is out in front. Let's see who else we got. I think a Toro Rosso is about to do a lap. Nope, I'm wrong. We've got an Aston Martin about to finish a lap. Here's Maxime. And he goes 1:20.2. He is in P5. 9 people so far have set a lap in qualifying here for the CRF4 Italian Grand Prix. Round 7 of the season. One of the people who hasn't set a lap is the championship leader, Ryan Berger, who has now just come out of the pits on his outlap. As Turbo Sphinx goes pole on a 1:19.6. in the championship leading Ferrari team. They are ahead in the constructors of McLaren, and laps like this will certainly help them retain that. We've got Gats Mikkelson's going out. Is he on a lap? He's one of the championship contenders, and of course, the second half of the championship leading Ferrari team. What can he do? Can he beat his teammate, Turbo Sphinx? I certainly can see him getting in the 119s and putting himself amongst them. Can he go quicker than his teammate? He does not. A 119.947. I think he may have been disqualified because the lap has not come up, and I may have missed that, so apologies for that. Let's see if we can find someone doing a lap here. We've got a Mercedes who's just had a very difficult time of it from the looks of it at the Della Roggia. Over the Lesmos he goes. We've got a yellow flag. Parabolica. I think someone's just slowing down ahead of the lap. And here goes Timsen in the Williams car. What can he do? He's actually right behind his teammate here. We'll skip to the championship leader Ryan and see his lap after this. We've got a yellow flag by the pits. Happened there. Just a bit closer and he could have got a toe off his teammate here. Here we go. So 1:22.009. It was a scrappy lap. I'm sure you'll get a chance to improve shortly. We've got Ryan, championship leader. He is on his fast lap. I'm sure he is hoping to do a lot better than the lap time his teammates just set. And he'll certainly be looking to get himself in those 119 lap times and put himself right at the front of the grid for the race. He's gone fastest in Sector 1. Jack loves Ryan on the lap. Let's see how his lap goes. Of course, it's Jack loves Mike now. Just like to point that out. Gattis has retired from the session. I'm suspecting he's doing a last to first challenge, perhaps. Jack said he was, but he's gone P7, so I'm not sure what he's going to do now. And Ryan has slowed right down. He has disqualified his lap, as you can see from the map in the bottom right. That'll be a blow to him. Sometimes, as a racing driver myself, you just want to get that bankering in quali, that safe lap that you know is mostly representative of your time, and then you can really push the boat out on the other laps to go quicker. So that will be a frustration to Ryan. Hopefully he's got fuel to have another go. He has got reduced ERS, so this is probably not going to be his best time, but he can just get something competitive on the table that help him relax for the rest of the session. We've got a debutant in CRF4 here, Yeezy. I'd like to think this is actually Kanye West. Probably isn't, but let's just pretend it is. How cool would that be? And here he goes through the Della Roggia. Very careful. Again, no lap on the board. He'll just want to set a lap and get himself on the board. Oh, a lock up there from the car letting him go by. That'll do no good for their tyres. Got an oops from Matty 13005. So that's referring to my commentary. Or maybe a mistake he's made. I'm not sure which driver you are, Matty. Maybe you can let me know in chat. There's no one called Matty out here. So this will be Yeezy's first qualifying lap in the CRF. Welcome, Yeezy. And I hope you're having fun. And whatever your lap time is, I'm sure you will improve on it. And sometimes it just takes time to improve. He's gone 121.6, so that's a decent effort. He's not last. He's ahead of his other debutant, Liam. And something for him to build on there. Before Ryan, he's given up on the lap here. He's still got 9 minutes to set a lap, but this does add a bit of pressure on the Williams driver and the championship leader. Of course, depends on the it goes today. He could lose his championship lead because he only has a gap. I've got the standings here, you see. So I'm looking at the Tier 3 standings. That is no good whatsoever, is it? Absolutely no good. Useless, Mike. Here you go. He's got a 3-point lead to Josh. Currently, Josh, Turbo Sphinx, is on pole position. Ryan Berger is in 15th. Pressure is on the Williams driver. In better news, Gatiss Mikkelsen's is retired. I think that was deliberate. I think he's doing a last to first. We've got another lap coming here from Turbo. Is he going quicker? Is he going to set the bar even higher for the opposition? He has with a stonking 119.073. He is 8/10 of a second up on P2. That is a superb lap, and that is a real marker for everyone else. And Turbo Sphinx will be hoping that he can convert this pole into the win, as definitely some misfortune lately has cost him a couple of victories. And that is the kind of lap that will set him well on his way to getting the W tonight. Lord No Kids is 0.025 up on his lap. What an addition he's been to the league with his pace. Can he reduce that gap to Josh? Can he overtake him? He'll need a massive final sector to do that. He has given up on it. He's given up. It wasn't enough for him. And he stays in P2 with the same gap as he had previously. What have we got now? Joseph is 0.004 up. Oh, very close to losing track limits there. He took it very well in the second Lesmo. DRS is on. DRS is being used. He comes up to Ascari and he's down by 0.167. He's going to need to find something here in the final sector. What can Joseph do in the AlphaTauri? At the moment his teammate hasn't set a lap, so he is the lead in AlphaTauri. So 120.9, slightly down, but he has time to go again. Jack Loves Ryan's out, he's improving. Don't know what's happened to that last to first, Jack. You're disappointing me here. Or maybe you're not, but go and get pole, mate. Go and get pole. Show everyone. He's up by 2/10. At the moment, that would move him all the way up to 4, close to P5 possibly. You find a bit more. And by the way, just compliments to Falcon, his first race in Tier 4, and he is P4 over 120.0. That's a crack in that. Congrats to you. And Jack goes P2! 0.756 up on his previous lap. What a last sector. And he is on the front row with Turbo Sphinx, and he's kept the first corner. I have a feeling this is where the last to first challenge is going to begin. Let's see how well he takes the Dell'Orgio. He cuts that. Lap is definitely disqualified, and I'm sure we'll see a message up soon that his lap has been disqualified and he is out of the session. I hope that he doesn't impede anyone else in the process. Let's see what Maxim's up to. He's currently P6 and he is up on his lap time. This could be enough to get himself right in the mix at the front. Here goes, how parabolic could go. He's got the power down. Not too much drama there. Let's see what he can do. He has gone up to P4 for 119.913. So he has just ousted Sebi out of the second row. Great effort there from Maxime. Congratulations. It's a real thrill when you put in a good lap time and you're at the front of the grid. And that's what he's feeling right now. We've still got Ryan Berger in the pits. That is interesting. Sebi's out. He's up on his lap time. Turbo Sphinx is retired. I think he is settling what he's got there. No need to use any more tyres. There's such a big gap. Sebi is slightly up, but that would be enough to get him up to P4. And just a little bit more on top of that, and he could be P3, even P2. Can he really have a good parabolica here? Sebi, outside chance of the title race. He is 17 points off Ryan. Ooh, he's very close to losing it. Very close to putting himself out of qualifying, and yeah, understandably, He abandons the lap and goes into the pits. That could have been disastrous for the McLaren. And I mean, this is, you know, when you're playing with no traction control, these are the kind of things that happen. And fair play to him. You know, most of us, if we tried that, would be in the wall instead of just slightly losing lap. And we've got John Hyde has gone up to P2. Now, I know all about the pace of John. He raced with us in CR3, was runner-up in Season 1 and in the title race in Season 2. And he has just done a 1:19.542 and he's put himself an AlphaTauri onto the front row. AlphaTauri in P9, I believe, in the Constructors. And this will be a massive result for them if John can pull this off tonight. Let's see what Nivy's up to. We know he's down. He's down on his lap. Gaming Gary's on his way. Let's see what he's doing. I'm not sure. He's 11 seconds off. I think this must be an in lap. Ryan Berger still in the pit. We've got Iceman. He's on an out lap. Another friend of mine from CRF4. Excellent driver. I'm sure he'll be able to put himself much higher on the grid than 18th. I don't know if this is the fast lap from North No Kids, but it's been abandoned. Is Crito another new driver? No, he's going slower. Not many people are doing faster laps here at the moment. Let's see Liam Watt as he starts his lap. We've gone a little bit deep in turn 1 here. Lord No Kids is retired. He's had enough. No more attempts from him. Curva Grande. Oh, he's got a bit of traffic here, but I think he can be alright. Yeah, they've been very aware. Well done to them. He's up slightly on his previous lap time. He's currently P12. And he's not an awful lot of lap time away from putting himself in the top 10. Let's see what Liam can do here. He's up by 2 tenths. So at the moment, he will be putting himself into the top 10. Oh, he's at a moment! Oh, and he's hit the wall. And I think he's still in the session, but he has obviously lost the gain that he was going to make. And he has to be careful. He is ghosting. He's going to impede another driver coming back on track. Oh, disappointment for Liam Watt there. He was 2 tenths up. He was headed into the top 10. And instead, he is headed into the wall. And, well, most positive thing I can say is at least it's not the race, in which a mistake like that would be potentially fatal to your chances. Right, Ryan Berger's on an outlap. We're following him. See what Iceman's doing. He's on the final corner here in the Red Bull. An excellent driver, Iceman. I fully predict that he can make the top 10 here at least. Maybe even put in the 119s, you know. And I was almost right. A 120.094 from Iceman. He is P9. Very close to getting P8. And he's not too far off his Red Bull teammate. I think he'll be reasonably satisfied with that, with the amount of time that's left. And we've got Ryan Berger here. He's got traffic on his fast lap. It's a bit desperate here. Big T said, can't wait to exceed track limits tonight. Big T, I have faith in you. I think you can do it. Jack, that was an excellent effort by you. Fair play. And you're still in P4. Iceman's retired. He settled for his lap. What can Ryan Berger do? He really, for the sake of the title race, needs to be amongst the top. And there's the McLaren. Oh, going into the wall there. I think Jack is doing 4th to 1st. He's now retired from the session. Ryan really wants to be in that top 5-6 here. What can he do? It's P3 for Ryan. Oh, he has pulled it out of the bag at the death for the Williams. He will be very relieved with that. He has put himself in P3, and it's looking increasingly like Turbo Sphinx is going to put himself on pole by half a second. But Ryan has pulled the lap out of the bag. He has put himself P3, and I think he will believe he has every chance now in the race. And I think that's pretty much everyone now who's either in the pits, finished. So congratulations to Josh Turbo Spink on an absolutely superb pole position. Congratulations to John. P2 is a fantastic result. Ryan has saved himself there with P3. Falcon, what a great first effort, mate. P4. Jack loves Ryan in P5. He'll be happy with that. He's got a chance at the front there. Lord No Kids in P6. Sebi, well, his title chances P8 isn't ideal, but you know, he does have a habit of pulling great comebacks in the race, so we'll keep an eye on him. Oh, I'm getting a bit of feedback there. Jack reckons he's got 2 or 3 tenths in the car. We'll see about that. I'm just going to set myself in a party because I think everyone can hear me and I don't want people interrupting. So just to run through the grid, Turbo Sphinx, pole position by half a second. John Pide, second. Ryan Berger, third. Falcon, fourth. Jack Love Ryan, fifth. Lord No Kids, sixth. Maxime, seventh. Sebi, eighth. Creto, ninth. Iceman, 10th. Nivi, 11th. Cinderkill, 12th. Joseph, 13th. And 14th, Liam Watt. So I will see you guys shortly for the Italian Grand Prix in CRF4. Right, I've just started a party. Let's just make sure my party chat. It's included. Yep, it is. Good. Here we go. Mike, you're in games. Mike is on. Yep. So what I've done is I have started a party so they can't see it. I hope that didn't bother anyone too much. So Big T is saying that's the TTV Syndical. He set a 19.7 but invalidated in last corner. Oh, unlucky, mate. That is... Oh, that would have put you right up in the mix there. And but, you know, just carry that pace into the race. Try and keep it clean on the track limits. And I think you might get a decent points finish for yourself here today. We love rain. Oh, have we got a wet race? Well, hello. Iceman's left the session. I don't know what's going on right now. We got problems here. We may have problems. Let's just see what's going on in chat. We might end up with a new lobby if things are... We've got a oh crap here. That doesn't sound good. So I'll keep you guys updated when I hear anything about what's going on. I haven't got any information at the moment. No update so far. And for all I know, the race could be going on without me. That should be very disappointing because I very much enjoyed commentating on qualifying. Chat, can you tell me what's going on, possibly? Is the issue mine? Let's have a look in Sebi's Twitch view. Unfortunately, I'm getting an advert about Liverpool FC. Yeah, the race has started here. There's a virtual safety car. I am not included, so I am going to need an invite.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
That's very unfortunate. Yeah, I've got problems. I was really enjoying commentating there. That's a pity. Right, let's have a look and see. I apologise. Oh, I just got an invite. Happy days. I'll be back. It looks like. Got 3 invites. All come through at once there. Right, here we go. Looks like I'm going to be back. Here we go. Well, guys, I'd like to apologise. I have been missing for the first 4 laps of the race due to an issue with connection. So we rejoin with Turbo Sphinx leading in the wet CRF4 Italian Grand Prix. John Pye just hang on to second. Maxime is up to third. Let's have a look at the position change maybe on the detail. So the big winners, really well, Gattis has been an excellent winner, 10 positions gained. Liam Watt on his debut, 9 positions gained. Lira Fusion's up by 6. Jack Loves Mike, unfortunately, has gone down by 11. And Creto as well, down by 10. So those are your winners and losers from the first couple of laps of the race. Let's get the penalties out. There was significant penalties here. Turbo Sphinx has 10 seconds. So does Tim Senon. There we go. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the... So I'm sure you don't need to see that. So here's Turbo Sphinx. 10 seconds of penalties to make up. He has got a job on his hands here in the Italian Grand Prix. And we've got John Pye in second. So currently he is net leading the race. This is really exciting for John. Maxime, P3. Great effort from him so far. Ryan Berger, championship leader, is in P4. And currently, as it stands, he'll be extending his championship lead because Turbo Sphinx 10-second penalty will put him behind Ryan in the standings as things stand. So Ryan will just keep himself going there on his intermediate tyres. I wonder if there's any change to the weather throughout the race. Is it going to get worse? Is it going to dry up? Oh, we've just got an incident here at turn 1, I believe. I think Iceman's involved. He's ghosting. So lap 5, we'll look at the battle for P12 where TTTV Syndical is leading Tim Semon and Iceman. Tim Semon has also got 10 seconds of penalty. So I don't know quite how all this happened. Unfortunately, I missed the first 4 laps of the race. But we will see... Oh, and he's very bumpy ride through Delaroggio there for Syndical. Gaming Gary has just incurred a 3-second penalty. He currently stands in P15. I don't know what's happened to Jack Love Mike. Sounds like he must have had a spin. Maybe he's not far enough behind for it to be a pit stop. Whilst the 3 behind him, Nivi, Quito, unfortunately Easy, the debutant, running far enough back that they probably have had to make a pit stop. There's Turbo Sphinx. As we enter lap 6, he is leading the race. And he is 1.8 seconds ahead of John. Of course, penalties notwithstanding. So guys, if anyone watching, I'd love to hear what you think of the race so far. Maybe you can tell me in the chat some of the things that I have missing the first 4 laps. And who do you predict is going to win the race so far? I have to say, as a commentator, I will not be saying anything, because there's such thing as a commentator's curse, and I would hate to curse anyone out of a good result by saying they're going to get one. Maybe halfway through lap 27, I might give a prediction. Classic commentator cop-out there. So Liam Watt is only less than second behind Lord No Kids. Of course, he hasn't got a penalty, and Lord No Kids has. He has just dropped a little bit of time there in that corner. And we've got an incident again. It's turn 1, I believe. There's a pack of cars. I'm trying to find where that pack... I think it's this pack here. I think someone has gone off. So real disappointment there. Poor Yeezy isn't that far away from being lapped, and I'm sure he's had a lot of misfortune in this race so far to be that far back, because in qualifying, his pace certainly was not that bad to be lapped within 6 laps. So he has obviously had some serious issues. We got Sebi, it's just gone up to P6 over Liam Watt. Sebi, another one with a 5-second penalty. Of course, some of these penalties can be served in the pits. So we might see some pit stops later on and see some of these guys get themselves back on an even footing. So where is the action happening? We've got Liam Watt and we've got Falcon passing Liam Watt there. So Liam Watt falling back down the order. Well, you might be looking at a repass. He's going down the inside here of Falcon. But no, he's not going to make that pass stick. And he's just going to slot in behind the Alpine and hope he can be towed along by the cars in front and to maintain his points finish so far. Look at some messages. None so far in the chat. Was asking me if I joined. I did join. I'm very much enjoying my experience this evening, so I'd just like to give a thank you to Gattis, the manager of this tier, for allowing me to do this. And I would also like to give a thank you to Ryan, who is loved by Jack. Or it says Jack loves Mike now, so that's even better. But oh, safety car. We do not know why this has come out, but I expect we'll see a litter of people pitting. We don't appear to have seen anyone DNF'd. Maybe someone will have had some damage in the pits. Maybe someone can tell me if they know why the safety car has come out. It can come out on the drop of a dime sometimes in this F1 game. But nobody has retired. We have got 19 cars still in the race, and someone might have had a moment. I'm trying to look to see if there's anyone. Sebi has dropped a few positions. I don't know whether Sebi... Yeah, he has no front wing, Sebi. But I think he's had a bit of misfortune. But chance for Sebi to pit. Get rid of that 5-second penalty, get a new front wing on that car and reset, and I'm sure he will take that opportunity. And given it's a safety car, he might not drop too many places, because Joseph is about 14 seconds behind him, and it's not the longest pit in Italy, although he will... Serving the penalty and changing the front wing will cost him about 10 seconds though. But I'm sure he will not be the only one to box at this point in the race. Turbo Sphinx leads. He has 10 seconds of penalty, so he's going to find it very difficult to win. And these safety cars on Joseph has got 5 seconds of speed in the pit lane. A real misfortune under the safety car. It is tough sometimes to get that speed down low enough when you are just desperate to make every single millisecond up. Turbo Sphinx here leads. He has a challenge on his hands, and with his penalty, it's going to be very difficult for him, especially with that lovely AMG Mercedes car coming out there. Iceman's just joined. John Hyde in P2. He is currently effectively leaving the race. Great race for him so far. Maxime there in P3. Ryan P4, and he's effectively P2 at the moment. So this has turned into a good race for Ryan so far. Lord No Kids is in 5th. Surprised ones with 5 seconds haven't boxed. Falcon P6. Liam Watt P7. Having a sound debut there in the Haas. Leroy Fusion P8, he's one of the best drivers I've raced with. I'm sure he will find his way back up the order from there. Just have a look and see. On Discord, there might be someone asking me to invite them back. So here we go. It's Leo going to pit now. I need more boxing probably. I think Joseph and Crito might consider it. Their 5-second penalties. So if you're just joining me here for this race this evening, welcome to CRF4. Usually we stream on the CRF Racing League channel. Please follow that. This evening I'm just giving myself a little trial as commentator. Let me know how I'm doing. Unless you think I'm doing bad, then shut up. So we've got, CRF4, we've got a tight title battle with Ryan leading Turbo Sphinx. And they have got differing fortunes this evening. Turbo got a brilliant pole and has now got a 10-second penalty. Iceman's just picked up a 10-second penalty. We're going to see if Crito and Joseph box. They have not, which is very confusing. Maybe they're worried they won't be able to catch up with the safety car, which is a fair point, really. Nivy and Easy have got a lot of work to do to catch up themselves. And we might be in a position soon where the safety car comes in and this race is reset and ready to go. So yeah, Turbo had a brilliant pole, but has incurred 10 seconds worth of penalties. Maybe some of those are appealable. We'll see. But Ryan, of course, suffered in qualifying. He invalidated his lap and didn't come out until right at the end of qualifying. And he managed to pull P3 out of the bag right at the death. And so far, he's a net P2. And I think he'll be very happy with how the race is going from his point of view so far. So welcome to CRF. We have an Instagram channel. We have a Twitter, or an X, as it now likes to be called. Of course, we have our own Twitch, CRF Racing League. Please give us a follow. Please give me a follow if you fancy it. I would certainly appreciate that. We also have a Discord where we run the Racing League. And maybe you are the type of person that thinks, you know what, I could race at Monza against these guys. Well, if you think that way, give me a message in chat and ask for an invite to the Discord, and I will try my best to deliver that. Safety car's not come in. We'll be out racing another lap. Tier 1 in CRF Racing League races on Sunday nights at 7:30. Tier 2 races Thursday nights at 7:30. Tier 3 races Monday nights 7:30. And Tier 4, tonight's tier, races Wednesdays at 8:00 PM. And this is the race we're watching tonight. CRF4 Round 7. The Italian Grand Prix at the famous Monza circuit. And I think Monza's a track you always see some good racing because there's good overtaking opportunities. It's a fast track, and we got a comment from Jack here. He went off track, people got pens. I'm sure the stewards will be seeing some clips of some things later. But I think Jack will be thankful for the safety car. It's drawn right back into the pack. He does have 3 seconds worth of penalties, but he is not the only one to have incurred penalties so far. And I'd just like to point out, Big T, no penalties so far for track limits. Congratulations, keep it going. I really want to see you go the whole race without a 3-second penalty. I don't know, my PC's just been a bit funny at the moment. I do not know what that is. Out by PC? What the heck's that? Let's just ignore you. What I want to do is see the comments. So, Wandy, how's the race looking? Well, to be honest, Wandy, I missed the first 4 laps because my connection was lost. And a lot of those penalties happened in those 4 laps, so I feel like I missed quite a lot of the action. Jack just got 10 seconds. He went off and apparently Josh got 10 seconds. Oh, well, if that's an illegal overtake, then I think it's very possible that Josh Turbo Sphinx will be getting that 10 seconds back then. So Wandy already DNF'd in mine because I forgot setup with a lobby restart. Oh, what a nightmare, mate. I'm sorry to hear that. That is so frustrating. And I know that you put so much work into the races, and to not get a reward of at least getting a race in is disappointing. But I'm glad you could be with me to watch this race tonight. I hope to hear your thoughts on how the race is going. And here we go. Safety car is in, and Josh leads the pack going up to the Retifilio. We've already got a yellow flag, but I just think this car's slowing down. And Josh leads the race going to turn 1, and maybe these penalties he has are appealable. So maybe he will win the race with a P1 here. We'll just have to wait and see. And John Hyde is going for the move. He's trying to the outside of Curva Grande, but he hasn't quite got the speed here. Maybe he'll get a bit more luck into Della Roggia. He's not quite close enough, but Turbo Sphinx has gone deep. He's gone wide, and John's going to take the lead, and he has, and then the AlphaTauri leads. Famously, like in 2008 and 2020, the Faenza-based team are leading the Italian Grand Prix, and we've got something Something's happened further back. There's a yellow flag. I think a Red Bull has gone off. I think Iceman's gone off. Oh, he's having a tough night this evening, and that'll be disappointing because I know you'll believe he's more capable of that, and he is. So John Pye now leads the race from Turbo Sphinx after Turbo's small error, and we've got the 2 title challengers now next to each other on track. We've got Ryan Berger and Turbo Sphinx. Wandy says he qualified P6 in a lobby with Tier 1 quality drivers. At least that's encouragement for you for Sunday night. What track was it? Did you say it was Qatar? Can't remember. But anyway, back to Monza, and we've got John Pye leading the race after having overtaken Turbo Sphinx after a safety car. Gattis Mikkelsen's, oh, we haven't mentioned him too much so far. Fastest lap, and he is going to be ominous as he passes Liam Watt. Although Liam Watt seems to have a little bit better straight line speed, but I think Gattis will get the move done on the inside here. And Liam Watt goes wide. Oh, and he's got a 3-second penalty. Oh, unfortunate for him. But Gattis gets P5. And Ryan is going around the Curva Grande with Josh. Will Josh get the Della Roggio correct this time? Yeah, that's a bit better for him through there, and Ryan will have to stay in P3 for now. But he has got Gattis Mikkelsen's on his tail, who's got Maxime on his tail. He's having a great little race night, the Aston Martin. And we've got a 3-second penalty for gaming Gary. He's up to 9 seconds now in the Alfa Romeo. We got Ryan right behind Turbo again. I think he might be... Oh, no, he's not quite got the speed there. But he's definitely looking for it. And oh, we've got an incident. I think it's a Red Bull again. Look at the map. Iceman and Crito, not the greatest day for Christian Horner's outfit. And Gattis is now coming for Ryan. Gattis Mikkelsen, he's always there to steal victories. And here he is yet again. And he, I think, gets the move done on Ryan. Oh, yeah, comfortably. And now he will pursue his teammate Turbo Sphinx for P2. Oh, that was a little bit of a weird connection. Despite that, he sets the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, once he makes a good point, Josh's pens might be served when he's in the pits later on. So you know, maybe there'll only be one box in this race. So you may still end up with 5 seconds that he has to serve. But Gattis now is ahead of him into P2, and he will chase John Pye. And Ryan Berger goes back to his battle with Turbo Sphinx. We've got Sebi passing Liam Watt there. Oh no, and he spun. No, he hasn't. It looked like he had, but actually no, he's kept in the straight line, and he's gained the spot. And Jack loses the spot here to Lord No Kids. He's going to have a look at getting that back. Ooh, very close to contact there. But he must survives it. And Ryan is right behind Turbo Sphinx. As Turbo Sphinx got an issue, he doesn't seem to be very happy at the moment, and he's already lost a considerable amount of time to Gattis. He's a John pass, Gattis pass, and Ryan is now looking at a pass as well. Sometimes safety car does unsettle you as a driver, and it takes a little while to get back in the groove. So we've got the battle for the lead here, John and Gattis has just carved his way through the field here. And he is going to go another fastest lap. I think that's considerably faster than his previous one. And he does take the lead, I believe, from John. Is John going to fight it? No, he does not. He concedes the position, and off Gattis goes on his way. And John perhaps will think, you know, maybe see if he can follow Gattis through and build a further gap to Turbo. And consolidate the P2. And we've got an incident. What has happened further back? I'm not quite sure. Someone's had a moment. We've got Ryan right behind Turbo Sphinx again. And he's definitely gone over speed here. Oh, they've both gone into the wall. The two title contenders have crashed. Turbo's lost his front wing. Ryan's lost his front wing. I think he had a moment where he just lost traction there. And he has picked up a 5-second penalty. And it's a safety car. Well, I guess that works out for both of them because they can reset and get a new front wing. But oh my word, incredible drama here in CRF4 Monza. Crito's got a drive-through penalty. Tim Senon's up to 18 seconds of penalties. Gaming Gary's up to 12. It's unfortunate they can't serve most of those. But Ryan was on the inside of Turbo, heading towards the first Lesmo, and he seemed to just lose traction and put Turbo in the wall. And I don't think Ryan can have too many complaints of the in-game 5-second penalty there for causing the collision, and I think Turbo will be very frustrated this night. Yet again, a brilliant pole position, but it has turned into a horrible race for him, and I'm surely going to see him box here. Oh, and he's going to be stuck behind his teammate as well. That is a disaster for Turbo. Hopefully this bad luck ends here. And Liam Watt on his debut is, well, it's technically in the lead, but it's just the way the pits are going to shake out. No, he is in the lead. He is not boxed. So what's the detail on the tyres here? He's done 14 laps on the intermediates. He's going to be vulnerable at the restart. Joseph must have pitted during the Oh, we've got medium tyres going on. Gattis Mikkelson's on medium. Leroy Fusion on medium. Sebi has gone to soft. Actually, Leroy's been on medium for a while. Look at me, star commentator, not even noticing it. We'll keep an eye on the tyres. There's the penalties, just for one last reference as they currently stand. See, Turbo has served 5 seconds of it. So Liam and Joseph gambling on the rain staying out. It's still an intermediate track, but will it dry up by the time the safety cars come in? It'll be interesting to see how this gamble shakes up. But Liam Watt leads his first race in CRF. I'm sure deep down inside behind that wheel or controller, whatever he's using, he will be smiling tonight. Labrat Dan just joined, away with work tonight, gutted to Mr. Race. Great comms, mate, keep it up. Labrat Dan, thank you very much. I am rooting for your Alfa Romeo team tonight as a fellow Alfa Romeo driver, and I hope you'll be pleased to see that Leroy Fusion has got a P5 for you currently. Gaming Gary P18. Jack saying, is this Imola version 2? Now, he's just boxed for intermediates. Now, I'll give you the reference for that. Basically, in CRF3 last season in Imola, it was a wet race, and everyone believed it was going to dry, but it never quite did in the intermediates. No, I've got it the wrong way around, sorry. It started dry, it rained, and never quite got wet. So a lot of drivers pitted for intermediates, and then had to pit back onto... And Liam Watt is giving up the ghost boxing. That wouldn't have worked out very well for him, to be honest. He probably should have gone the previous lap. Joseph is hanging on in there. John Pide has stayed on inters. So this is going to be interesting. This gamble's going to pay off for somebody, and for somebody else it is not going to pay off. But I'm sure Jack will be hoping it's similar V2 since he won that race by a considerable margin. So yeah, thank you for the comment, Dan. Yes, Jack, you're right. It was a dry rest away. I misremembered. And I've corrected myself, but I'm glad that you're correcting me as well, because I definitely don't want to be getting things wrong here first time commentating. So here we go. It's our second safety car of the race. Well, certainly second one since lap 4. Unfortunately, I missed the first 4 laps due to connection issues. But oh, what drama there. Turbo Spinks, Ryan Berger, the 2 title rivals, collided with each other. Both lost their front wings. And obviously the 5-second penalty that Ryan served has put him down the order. Turbo Spinks has gone down the order as well. Both of them need a new front wing, but they have got the chance to recover here. It's still intermediate weather as far as I'm concerned, looking at what I can see on the screen here. Interesting that so many people went for that gamble on the mediums. Thank you, Anti-Vic. Superb comms. You can have me in tears now. Nobody wants a crying commentator. Did Ryan just lose some traction? That's what I believe happened, Dan. It looked like, from my view, that he was passing Turbo on the inside heading into the first Lesmo, and his car just sort of stepped out, and Turbo was a poor innocent passenger in the crash. So driver error from Ryan, but nothing deliberate or nasty going on there. Just unfortunate crash, and unfortunately he took his title rival with him, which looks very dodgy. And this is real life F1 Twitter, or X, or whatever they call it these days, would be ablaze with conspiracy theories, but we don't do that sort of thing here in CRF. We trust that people are doing their best, and I'm absolutely 100% certain Ryan was just doing his best, and just had a moment. So that's the tyre situation. I will update you on the penalties. There we go. Joseph is leading the race, but he unfortunately has 8 seconds of penalties. Does confuse me why he's in boxing, because 5 of that could be served under a safety car. But at the same time, he is on inters and leading the race. Track is drying up, but I still think it's intermediate weather. But then you've got someone such as Gattis, who perhaps has the ability to override that and make it count anyway. Turbo's now down to 5. I think he had penalties from illegal overtake at the start. Unfortunately, Quito has got a drive-through penalty, and he can't serve that until the safety car's over, so he is going to be last shortly after the race. We've got Yeezy still trying to catch up. Old Kanye, not in a great race. Spending too much time taking weird photos rather than practicing. Safety car waiting for a dry track. Yeah, Dan, I would take plenty of notes. Hopefully we don't have a wet race in Tier 3. As I have to say, I prefer my chances in the dry. Having said that, as Jack mentioned, I had a good result in Imola once with a bit of funny weather. So, safety car is in this lap as they currently go through Ascari. So let's go. Joseph is leading the pack. It's gonna be interesting, the restart here. There's still spray coming from the cars, and spray always leads me to believe that Inters is the best tyre. But you know, I feel like we're getting closer to that cut-off, and maybe the dry tyre runners might suffer at first, but they might come back to them in a couple of laps. And Joseph is leading. Oh, he's gone wide. And Gattis has passed, and now he goes. This is a very... And they slowed down again. This is a very... I don't like these safety car restarts, so it's stop-start. But off he goes. Gattis is chasing him. I think this is Joseph's first race in CRF as well. So we've had 2 debutants leading the race tonight as he goes through turn 1. And he cuts turn 1, and he's got 5 seconds of penalties. He should have slowed down a little bit. He wouldn't have got it otherwise. And Gattis Mikkelsen takes the lead. And Wandy's prediction of a last to first is currently happening. John Pide, though, on the Inters is a real threat. Since the weather still is interweather. We'll see how this battle goes. Jack now is up to P4, so you can see the Inters runners are gaining at the moment. But if the weather changes, we might see that reverse. Sebi might have a bit more grip there. I can see him. Where has he gone? There he is. In P6 on the soft, he might have a bit more grip. But we're going to see a battle here between Gattis and John Pide. Thank you, Wandy. Have a good time at the gym, mate. So Gattis leads by 4 tenths from John. And John is on probably the more appropriate tyre for the weather conditions. And he will be looking to make hay while the sun shines, as they say. To get himself in front of Gattis and build a gap while the track is still wet. And he'll be hoping probably to do that very shortly. Jack now is up to P3, and unfortunately Joseph is now falling down the order to P9. He has got a bit of wing damage there, so I'm expecting we'll see him box now. Unfortunately, that inter restart is not going to particularly work for him. Is he going to box? Surely he's going to. Yeah, he is. So Jack's right in the mix here. Fair play. And so is John. Gattis is hanging on those mediums. Those mediums might come back to him later in the race. At the moment, I'd still say this is a intermediate weather condition track with that spray. Maybe it's different for those who are actually racing. Sometimes, you know, it's a computer game. We don't know exactly what's going on other people's screens. But the track, I think, is noticeably drying. And that's going to play into Gattis' hands. And you can see on that corner section there, he gained a lot of time on John. So maybe the track is finally starting to come to the medium runners. We'll see the gap between Jack and Lord No Kids TTV. See how that goes, because he will catch up considerably if the track is going his way. Still a significant amount of spray. So, people watching this race, who do you think is going to win? I think it's a little bit uncertain at the moment. Oh, that spray isn't coming out as much, and to be honest, I think maybe Gattis is going to be the answer here, because he has a good lead on 3-second penalty for Turbo and for Crito at the same time. In very different corners. Turbo through Ascari. Crito must have had his. Maybe also Ascari. Maybe different parts of Ascari. Gattis Mixon, fastest lap on intermediate. Oh, we got an incident. There's a yellow flag. I don't know what's happened, but we got a Red Bull pitting in Crito. Oh, I don't know if Sebi was the one that instant. He's dropped right down the order there. Maybe Sebi has been... It must be very difficult with no assists on the wrong tyre in the wet. And John Pide has given up the ghost. He has pitted onto the softs. So Jack is the sole runner left on it. So that gap to Lord No Kids has not changed. But unfortunately, yeah, it was a great gamble going onto the dry. That's worked out. The track has dried. We don't see much spray now on the screen. And I think Jack is probably going to have to pit. And I expect he'll put on a set of softs very shortly on that Alpine. And Lord No Kids at the time is coming down considerably now. Gattis ahead by 4.3 seconds. Really, I'd say he has this race in the bag. But what I'd say is if Turbo can get that 5 seconds appealed and draw a little closer to him, then maybe. Although it's difficult because there's been a safety car. I don't know what the ruling is, but the stewards, I'm sure, will come up with a good verdict on that. So Ryan Berger, championship leader, is up to 8th. Turbo is up to 4th. Oh, we've got another yellow flag, and it's McLaren. Sebi's retired from the session, and it's a safety car! And Sebi has had quite the night. He's had quite the spinny night. And unfortunately, it's culminated in him bringing out the safety car on lap 20. Perfect timing for Jack. He'll step straight into the pits to get the softs on. Will anyone else? But John Pye's got a drive-through penalty. Oh, how unfortunate. He's had such a chance of winning the race tonight. And his night has been completely ruined by that. Such misfortune. And I hate to see it. But Turbo will be right behind Gattis. The safety car, he's still got 5 seconds of penalties. Maybe he'll box to get rid of it. But if he's confident he can appeal, then maybe he won't. We'll see what confidence he has now. This is the 3rd safety car of the night, as far as I've seen anyway. I think there was a VSC in the early apps, but I missed it because of my connection issues. But we've got Gattis in P1. Lord No Kids, his 2nd race in CRF. P4 first time out. Currently P2. What a start to his CRF career so far, if he can hold on to this. Turbo Sphinx, you can never write him off. He gets knocked out and he bounces straight back up, and he's in P3. Falcon, CRF debut, I believe. P4, excellent effort. Nivi, P5. Aston Martin, bottom of the constructors. This is massive points for them. What I'll do is I'll put the penalties up for a minute so we can see what's happening there. Jack Loves Mike. Oh, Liam Watt on his CRF debut, P6. Jack Loves Mike, unfortunately, he's picked up 5 seconds. So he's now P7, but with significant penalties. Leroy Fusion, P8. Ryan Berger, P9. Syndical, P10. And look what I said to you, Big T, before the race. I said, you can do it and you can get no track limits penalties. And look at that so far. No track limits penalties for the Mercedes. So we'll just highlight you. Great effort so far. Keep it up. Now, outside the points, well, really outside the points, it's penalty central. Iceman with 10 seconds. Crito thankfully served his drive-through. He has 6 seconds. Gaming Gary there in the 2nd Alpha with 15 seconds. John Pye is so unfortunate with the drive-through. That's such a pity. Turbo's got another free. Oh, yes. So he actually has served his other 5 seconds, but he's picked up 3. Good spot, Dan. I need you as co-coms. Tim Senon, 13 seconds. Easy, 9 seconds. He'll finally catch up to the back. He spent all night trying to catch up. Having had a really incident-filled first 5 laps. Joseph is down in P17. He served that 5 seconds he incurred on his most recent pit stop. And Nivi has taken the lead. What has happened there? I think what I've missed here is, yes, people have boxed and Nivi hasn't. Yeah, my apologies. I have missed a few pit stops there. And we're seeing everyone sort of... Sorry, I need a drink of water. We've seen everyone coming together to all be on the softs. Sebi has left the session. Sorry about that, Sebi. Tough night for you. Hopefully, you'll have a better time of it in CRF3 on Monday. Let's see more of these penalties get served. Gaming Gary and Iceman still have considerable amounts. Might as well serve them. I don't understand why Tim Sen, Gaming Gary, Iceman don't serve it. And I mean, they haven't caught up with the pack yet, but surely they will. But that's their decision, and they obviously judged that not pitting is the correct decision for themselves so far, and yeah, you have to trust the driver with that. Let's get the tyres back on. So we're pretty much at parity on tyres now. Everyone's either got a 1 or 0 lap soft. 2 guys on medium. 1 guy on a 8 lap now, medium. Nivi in the Aston Martin leads the race. Taking a bit of a gamble. I think previously he was in P5 in the Aston. So if he can do better than P5, the gamble has paid off. And Aston Martin, bottom of the Constructors' Championship in CRF4, they will be thrilled with a serious bag's worth of points. Unfortunately, AlphaTauri just above them. Looked like John was going to score big for them, but that's gone by the wayside now with his penalty. Yeah, Jack, if you, a 5-second pen's really killed you, mate. I'm sorry about that. If you boxed, I think you boxed and got rid of it, haven't you? Which is the right decision, because who knows what kind of craziness is to come in the last 4 laps here. Right, I'm just going to have a quick look at the standings and tell you how tonight might affect the constructors. So Ferrari are top on 112, and they're having a good night in the sense that Gattis is 2nd, Turbo is 8th. I expect they'll both gain positions before the end. McLaren, though, 2nd in the constructors, 93 points, but Sebi, their lead driver, is DNF'd, and Yeezy is running last after having a difficult debut in CRF, but keep going, Yeezy. I believe that things will improve if you just keep trying. Haas, 3rd place on 74. Liam Watt have an excellent debut in the Haas. I don't think there is a 2nd Haas, unfortunately, so it's just on Liam tonight. But at the moment, he's scoring points. Williams in 4th on 68. You've got Ryan Berger, championship leader. He is currently P7, hoping probably for better from the last few laps. Is the safety car not coming in? Haven't seen that message. Alfa Romeo, that's Dan and Andy's team, in P5 in the constructors, flying the flag high for the red team. They've currently got Leroy Fusion in P5 and Gaming Gary in P11. So despite his penalties, he's not far for points, and everyone around him seems to have quite a lot of penalties, so you never know. Red Bull Racing on 55, Iceman's in 10th with penalties, and Quito is 15th as well. Alpine, well, you've got Jack, obviously running high earlier, now down to 12th. Falcon on his debut in 4th, so Alpine, it could be a good night for them in the constructors. Mercedes on 48, Lord No Kids doing an excellent job there in P3, and Syndical, no penalties Syndical in P9. And then we've already mentioned AlphaTauri and Aston Martin. At the moment in the Drivers' Championship, Ryan led by 3 points from Josh going into the race, and at the moment Ryan is ahead of Josh by 1 position. So at the moment Ryan will hold on to that. Having said that, Gattis is going to close right into them because he is on 50 points, 14 points behind, but at the moment is going to have a gain of about 8 of those points. Sebi, unfortunately, on 47, will not score. Dan, unfortunately, will not score for him. He's not at the race tonight. He is watching, I appreciate that. And then really you've got a bunch of other drivers who are either not here or have literally raced 1 race. So that's how things look, but a lot can change, and we've got the last few laps coming right up here in CRF4. John just rear-ended me, said Jack. John does have a drive-through. He might have got more penalties to add on to that. Hopefully Jack doesn't have rear damage. So that's the position on the penalties. I think I will look at the penalties as opposed to the... Here we go. Safety car in this lap. We'll be looking at the penalties as opposed to tyres, as everyone apart from Nivi is on fresh tyres. Nivi is going to have a really good restart here. I don't think he'll really be expected to stay ahead of the likes of Gattis, but he might surpass the P5 he was originally on. He doesn't want to speed up too soon. You want to let that safety car get into the pits, otherwise the game automatically slows you down and it really can cause problems behind. So he needs to slow down right now. Gattis is on his back there. So, all to play for in CRF4 Monza. Nivi leads the way. The safety car, as you can see, is heads into the pits. And off we go, and Nivi leads the race on his very old mediums, and Gattis follows in behind on fresh softs. Will the overtake happen straight away? Gattis is looking at the inside. And he's got the move done, I think, on the outside. Look at that extra tyre grip. Excellent job by Gattis. He takes the lead. Seems to be some action for Leo Fusion. Oh, and I think someone's moving to Ryan Berger. Ryan, oh no, Ryan has had an incident and he has fallen back to 15th. The championship leader will probably be the championship leader no more. Although there's a lot of guys in front of him with penalties, so it's not over yet for Ryan. But that is a big blow to his chances of building that championship lead. And Nivi has hung on to second, but Lord No Kids is all over him. And I suspect we'll see an overtake here. Leo Fusion Falcon have swapped spaces. Iceman's in P7, but with 15 seconds of penalties. Nivi has done well to hold on this far. Although he's just giving Gattis the gap he needs, and I think Lord No Kids senses the opportunity. And he has got that pass done. And now Leo Fusion in the Alfa Romeo. Andy and Dan watch closely. Can reserves win championship? Or is only no, reserves can't win the championship, Stan. But Gattis is a permanent driver in CRF4, I believe, and he's just set the fastest lap of the race. Leo Fusion in the Alfa's up to third. That's good news for Andy and Dan and their team. Leo Fusion, excellent driver, doing the usual good job. And Nivi now is down to fifth. And Turbo's hit him! There's contact between the Ferrari and Aston. And Turbo, at the moment, he doesn't manage to spin, and it doesn't look like he's got damage. But that is a blow for Turbo's chances. And we've got an instant further back. And Ryan Berger's getting involved with Yeezy and Timsen. He needs to really move past this pack as quickly as possible. The Nivi, his gamble isn't working at the moment. He was P5 before the gamble. And it looks like he's going to lose that P5 shortly. Although the two drivers behind him have penalties, so let's not be presumptuous. And Yeezy's out. Yeezy's out of the race. And it's been a difficult debut for Yeezy. I'm sorry about that. And I hope his race is better next time. But it's too late for a safety car to come out. And that will be definitely no points for McLaren tonight. So their P2 in the Structors will not be improved upon. So now we've got Leo Fusion looking at Lord No Kids, trying to get P2 for the Alfa Romeo team. Turbo's fix has passed Nivi. I've missed that. Apologies. And now Jack is going to have a look at Nivi as well. But they've got one lap to build a 3-second gap. And at the moment, it's not just Nivi who will benefit, but Syndical, with absolutely no penalties whatsoever, is sitting P8. But that's going to turn into a net P6 if this stays the same as it has. But Turbo will be putting his foot down now to try and build that gap as much as possible. You can see they're all out of ERS. They have been spamming that ERS to try and gain as much as possible. And yeah, thank you for the clarification, Martin. Here we go. Turbo versus Falcon. This is a pass he really needs to get done if he's have any chance of gaining that 3 seconds. But it's looking slim. Syndical having a look at Jack here. He wants to gain as much time as possible to make absolutely sure he can benefit from these penalties. And here he goes around the outside of Jack. Oh, Jack defends aggressively but fairly. But oh, he goes a bit wide. And Syndical's... Oh, Jack's gone into the wall and he's out. Oh, Jack. Well, Gattis, great race victory for you today. Mercedes second, Alfa third. Great job by Fusion. Falcon fourth, Nivi fifth, Syndical sixth. Great job, no penalties, and he got the finish he wanted. Ryan's made his way up to 8th, 9th with the penalties. Points on his debut for Liam and for Joseph. Great job, guys. Really good job. John's Nick's fastest lap there at the end of the race for AlphaTauri. Stolen a point from Gattis, which probably won't annoy him too much since he's just gone ahead and won the race. Driver day, Gattis. I would say that my driver of the day is TDV Syndical for going ahead and getting 0 penalties and getting a really good finish for himself. And he didn't think he could do it, but I told him he could. And that's paid off. So he's my driver of the day today. So there's the final results. Gattis P1, Lord No Kids P2, Leroy Fusion P3, Falcon P4, Nivi 5th, Syndical 6th, great effort, Turbo 7th, Liam 8th, Ryan 9th, and Joseph 10th. And I think after all this, it's going to be very close for the lead of the championship between Ryan, Turbo, and Gaius. So there's going to be a lot of excitement. And next week, this tier will race in Circuit of the Americas in USA. So I hope you can join them either as a viewer or a racer next